Before we wrap up here, Matt, one thing I did want to bring up, because this is not really directly related to Berkshire Hathaway, but this was a headline that hit this morning, which I thought was pretty fascinating. Dillard's, I mean, the old department store from the mall. I mean, we talked about the challenges malls are facing. I mean, it was very interesting to see this news that Ted Weschler, who's an investment manager for of course, Berkshire Hathaway, bought a massive stake in Dillard's, and Dillard's stock up around 40% right now in this news. Now, it's not a Berkshire Hathaway investment, though, from what I can understand. This is a Ted Weschler investment, correct?
It is, and that's what makes it all the more surprising. I wouldn't really put it past Buffett to do like a deep value play like this. Yeah. But the Ted Weschler and Todd Combs, the two investment managers, they're the ones who buy Amazon and Snowflake and StoneCo and those type of companies recently. They're not buying Coca-Cola and Amex like Buffett is. They're buying the tech plays. So it kind of surprised me. I mean, it's definitely a value play in my mind. The thing that I obviously no one knows what he's thinking.
Yeah.
But one thing that came to my mind is that maybe it's kind of like the Best Buy effect. When you think of Best Buy 10 years ago, they had Circuit City competing against them, H.H. Gregg, a few other big ones. What happened? The weaker competitors went out of business. And even though Best Buy was competing with Amazon and e-commerce, there was still some need for a physical electronics store presence. So they picked up all that market share that Circuit City and H.H. Gregg left behind. And now they're that much stronger as a result. So Dillard's no department store is terribly strong right now. But I would put Dillard's obviously in a category above like JCPenney, which is already bankrupt, but even above like a Macy's or some of the other ones. But I mean, Dillard's seems to be doing better than all of its peers. So I'm thinking maybe he's thinking it might be like a last man standing type of play. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
To me, it's difficult to really fully reconcile. I mean, I always look at something like this and I feel like, you know what, these guys have access to a lot more information, and they're certainly very talented, very smart investors. There's clearly something there that we maybe can't see based on information that they have. I don't know that. I mean, it reminds me of the Buffett Bank of America deal, right? This is probably something. This is something where they're able to do something through this investment that your typical retail investor probably wouldn't be able to accomplish. And maybe
right. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a board seat or something like that out of the deal.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, and maybe that is something. Maybe that is something to come. But I think it's easy to look at that big absolute number and think that's a big absolute number. But remember, I mean, they're dealing with big numbers every day, and so for them, I mean, it's not necessarily as crazy of a at least on the outside, it's not necessarily as crazy of a looking at investment as maybe some might think. It's a really difficult time for those department stores and malls and retailers right now. So maybe this is trying to buy a good operator in a bad time. And I certainly appreciate that style of investing and that way of thinking. So it'll be really fun to watch that play out and to see how that ends up working. I don't think Dillard's is some kind of a Sears story, though. I think there's probably some value there that he could end up helping to wring out a little bit more value.
Well, I mean, that's the same reason I bought Simon Property Group.
Right.
It's not because I necessarily think malls are a great business right now. It's that they're the best in breed, and I think that it's going to consolidate around them, and they're going to kind of be the wave of the future when this is all said and done. Gotcha. Not necessarily that I think the mall business is a great one to be in right now, just like the department store business is clearly not a great one to be in right now. But I don't know. Maybe he knows something there, like you said.